Hey, this is VMAN 247 ODA. I'm gonna do a quick overview and just my personal experience on this Shimano Sonora, and I've had this for approximately 3 to 4 years actually, and so I think it's about time we give this scene some light and shed some light on it and kind of give you guys my impression on this. Okay, so basically, like I just said, I had this thing for about 3 years now, and I've used this thing for everything that I can think of: catfish, stripers, hybrid, um, just regular white bass, just basically my all-around reel. Okay, so originally I actually bought this about 3 years ago because me and my brothers, we were planning a trip down to Texoma Lake here in Oklahoma for some striper fishing, and so I went over to look for a new setup just for that trip, because I guess I was bored and I wanted some new toys. So I went ahead and did that, and I came back with this. This one here is a 4000 series Sonora, and so I bought this, and I also bought the rod that I bought with this reel was at that time was a Boo Garcia. Um, so I bought that, and we went on that trip, and ever since then, this was actually one of my, believe it or not, even though it may not be expensive to you, but it was actually my more expensive reel at that time that was in my loadout, which is only really about $59, this thing. So it's a 4000 FB series from Shimano, and right now I have just regular fluorocarbon 12-pound test on this. Again, I have 12-pound just because I like to have that extra security. Sometimes I end up using my rods and reels for something that's just out of the ordinary, like throwing like 1 ounce jigs or sinkers or floaters. So I try to keep it at 12-pound or maybe 10 sometime. But I have smaller reels for those jobs. So, anyways, with this reel, I've caught more than I can count as far as catfish, white bass, and striper goes. Uh, Over the years, it's been great to me. I love this thing. It still operates just like the day I bought it. Believe it or not. I'll do a quick spin here. Even though this is really just a reel itself, there's no drag or anything like that. But with just this, I'll show you guys how smooth it is. And I mean, this thing will keep spinning for quite a while. So as you can see, it's still very good. All I've ever done on this reel is just keep it lube, and that's about it. Just clean the sand out of there, because places that I go fish, there's sandy areas, little beaches around the river, and sometimes I would just drop it on the ground when I catch a fish, to pick up my fish. And so it's been through all kind of environment, winter fishing, summer, and in the rain. So I definitely didn't treat this like my only reel. I definitely used it the way that I have for 3-4 years, and it has stood up to the test, to the torture. So as you can see, let's see if I can get a better view here. Yeah. As you can see, there's just a bunch of scars on this thing, but looks aren't everything. Yeah, this thing is all scratched up as far as the you can't even see that anymore. But it's showing 8-pound, 10-pound, and 12-pound on here. So, and that's the Sonora line up. You got your reverse setup here. And for me, if you watch Konori's other videos, he mentioned this in the Shimano reel that he just reviewed recently. And for me, it's not a big deal just because I rarely ever use it. I don't know when I used it. Never even remember when the last time I used this thing. So it doesn't bother me that they put it down here. Maybe that's why they put it down there, because it's just not a used option, So, and of course you got your back plate here. It's got a nice cutout in here. This is actually probably hard plastic, as you can see here. It's the chrome color plating or whatever is coming off. The bell here, actually it still works quite nice. Still sturdy. It keeps, it stays back here, and once you let go, it still keeps the rope, as far as the line. So that works fine. Again, just reeling this in is a breeze, especially on the right rod to match it. That way the rod's not too big for this. But the handle works great. It's plastic, but it's got this texture that makes it real, almost like a rubber feeling. It's more like a soft plastic, but hard at the same time. Don't know if that makes sense, but so that's a nice size. I grip it real nice, depending on what kind of fish I'm fighting at that time. The drag works great. I really have to use the drag just because usually I can get them in just by having the drag on. So usually I haven't really had anything that has really tested drag on this. Stripers, sand bass have no problem with that. Yep. So again, this thing is, I don't know what else I can talk about it, but it's definitely still one of my favorites, and I may be picking up another one, probably a 2500 series, just for my ultralight rod. Just because this thing has been proven over time for me. It listed here as having a 5-ball bearing, but as we all know, the more bearing doesn't mean the better. That's just something they put on there, So I'll leave you guys to this image. If you haven't already, if you're in the budget price of $50 to $60, I suggest you picking this up. It's been tested here at 24/7 ODA. I love it, and I know my team members will love it as well. So enjoy and happy fishing.